HE double hockey sticks and a CE double hockey sticks. 2022's Hell in a Cell event was surprisingly really good and one of WWE's best pay-per-views of the year. I know what they're called now, but I'm not going to say it. There was less heat going in with the Tribal Chief nowhere to be seen, but everyone who went out there made sure to deliver a memorable event. But I'm not here to praise, I'm here to rank. This is Duke It Out's ranking of Hell in a Cell 2022 from its worst to its best. Number 7, Bobby Lashley vs. Omos and MVP. The rivalry has just gotten pretty boring by this point. Even with the heat of Lashley getting his hands on MVP and making him tap out, this was the least intrigued I was with any of their matches in this feud. Decently performed, but this story was going to keep getting repetitive. Number 6, Madcap Moss vs. Happy Corbin. The no DQ stipulation made this match a lot more investing, and it was performed well to end this feud. Corbin did good heel work, making sure to get Madcap extra over, and with the new gear on Moss, he does look more like a proper WWE talent. If you change his name, he could be one of the top stars on the mid-card or the world title picture. Because him Pillmanizing Corbin in the end is a good visual to make Madcap a more dominant player. Number 5, Theory vs. Mustafa Ali. The first United States title defense on pay-per-view since Extreme Rules last year. And while the pace of this match felt like a typical match from Raw, it's still more memorable when it has two people that contain great talent. Ali had awesome tribute gear to his hometown crowd in Chicago, and he performed great when he looked dominant. Theory gave a very impressive and slick heel performance, really bringing in the heat to his character. Theory retaining was way too predictable an outcome to get this match into higher gear, but if they get a better story, they could deliver a match of the year candidate. Number 4, Kevin Owens vs. Ezekiel. The Kevin Owens and Elias/Ezekiel feud has been the funniest thing on WWE television since RK Bro. The dedication from Owens going batshit crazy, and the crowd being very in on the joke, that we can believe that Ezekiel really is Elias's brother. I mean, he is. What are you talking about? Kevin Owens screaming that he's Elias multiple times just added more memorability to a pretty good back and forth bout. Owens getting the win was very needed for him, and him breaking the fourth wall mid-pin to just yell Elias at the camera was the funniest moment of the night. Number 3, the Judgment Day vs. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan. If the Judgment Day wasn't even intriguing, this still would have been a multi-person tag match with some of the best in the business, so regardless, I was gonna have fun. Styles did good, but did less in here than I would have expected. Finn moved around the ring greatly, with great attacks and bumping exactly when it was needed. Edge gave a very charismatic heel performance, Priest got good dominant spots, but the match-stealing sequences were from Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. They added the story of their short-lived tag run, and the continued amazing work from Liv gets more impressive every time. The counters were smooth, and the execution of moves like the crucifix were great. Rhea's doing amazing with her spot in the faction, looking dangerous, dominant, yet being a terrific heel magnet. The ending bits with Balor and Edge were really good, and now knowing of Balor replacing Edge as the leader of Judgment Day makes it a lot more interesting to think about. Number 2, Bianca Belair vs. Becky Lynch vs. Asuka. 3 of the best women's wrestlers in the world, showing exactly why they get that praise. I was afraid in the beginning of them being too reliant of having one person out of the ring at all times, but by the end, this was a nail-biting and terrifically executed triple threat match. Asuka really got amped for her pay-per-view return match. Her kicks looked brutal, and she always got the timing in perfectly to break up near falls. Becky kept the heel energy up, being over the top while kick-ass in the ring. Bianca really shined as the dominant champion, brilliantly selling the body aims Becky was doing and getting the impressive athletic spots at the exact right paces. The best spots were when all 3 of them kept getting one good move after the other, which made it very intense for the last 5 minutes. Bianca stealing the pin from Becky was a very cool finish and a good add to the eventual Becky and Bianca rematch. And number 1, Cody Rhodes vs. Seth freaking Rollins. Cody's torn pec. Holy shit. I figured I should just bring it up right out of the gate because it was obviously the most talked about thing before and after this event. We knew Cody was injured going in, but once we really saw how bad it was, everyone was wondering how they were allowing Cody to wrestle. With the extent of it, it couldn't really be worsened, it would just really hurt. And Cody fought through that pain while giving a fantastic performance in one of the most nail-biting Hell in a Cell matches in recent memory. Rollins was a brilliant heel for this match as well, wearing Dusty's spot gear, aiming that torn pec like nobody's business. And his anger made the match even more intense. Many have already said this, but if anything shows that Cody Rhodes isn't the king of the mid-cards anymore, this performance beyond shows that. Being able to accomplish and sell the stuff that he did is beyond mind-blowing. Then adding weapons from bells, chairs, sledgehammers. It's the kind of performance you will rarely get, and while for good reason, major respect to Cody Rhodes for this risk-taking and unforgettable performance. The win was even more of a statement, and with all 3 Cody vs. Seth matches being fantastic in such different ways, it's hard to pick a favorite with these. But what a damn trilogy, that we will be getting a continuation of whenever Cody comes back. So that was my ranking of Hell in a Cell 2022. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and duke out your opinions below in the comments.